Lily was born in the heart of Cape Town, a city pulsing with life yet unforgiving to those without wealth. Her parents, Evelyn and Samuel, were hardworking but poor. Evelyn sold fruit at the local market, waking before sunrise each day to claim a good spot. Samuel worked long shifts as a security guard in a modest office building. Despite their tireless efforts, they could barely provide for their family, squeezing their 4 children into a cramped one-room apartment in a noisy, overpopulated neighborhood. Lily, the youngest of the siblings, stood out for her intelligence and determination. Evelyn and Samuel pinned their hopes on her, praying she would one day break free from the chains of poverty. But dreams cost money, and all they could afford was a run-down public school where overcrowded classrooms and exhausted teachers made learning a daily challenge. Still, Lily held on to her dream. She poured herself into her studies, hoping education would open doors. But as she grew older, those doors seemed to shut one by one. Her family couldn't afford university, and her older siblings had already abandoned their own aspirations to support the family. Now it was Lily's turn. With no better options, Lily found work as a live-in cook in the mansion of one of Cape Town's wealthiest men, David. He was known for his sprawling business empire, flashy lifestyle, and a reputation for indulgence. His wife, Kate, was elegant and poised, always in the social spotlight, attending galas and hosting charity events. Their luxurious home was a palace of marble floors, golden chandeliers, and priceless artwork. Lily's world could not have been more different. As she cooked and cleaned, she saw the stark contrast between their reality and hers. Her parents struggled to buy food while David and Kate lived in unimaginable excess. Each day, envy chipped away at her spirit. Worse, David's womanizing was an open secret. Though married to Kate, he flaunted his affairs, often bringing different women home when Kate was away. Lily watched it all unfold, disgusted yet intrigued. The more she saw, the more her resentment grew. She began to wonder, why should they have everything while her family suffered? And then, one morning, as she cleaned David's bedroom, Lily found something that sparked a dangerous idea. A used condom discarded on the floor. A mix of revulsion and wild hope twisted inside her. What if she could use this? What if this was her way out? The thought terrified her, but the possibility of lifting her family out of poverty made it impossible to ignore. Unsure how to proceed, Lily approached a shady doctor she'd heard could perform procedures discreetly, but he refused to help unless she agreed to sleep with him in exchange. Desperate, she agreed. The procedure was done. Weeks later, Lily discovered she was pregnant. Fear and excitement surged within her. This is my chance, she thought. When she told her parents, Evelyn was horrified and Samuel was furious. But once Lily explained her plan to secure financial support from David, they hesitated. Slowly, anger turned to reluctant hope. If this worked, their suffering could end. Lily quit her job at the mansion and vanished. She turned off her phone. David, confused and slightly concerned by her sudden disappearance, tried to reach her, but with no way to contact her and no idea where she lived, he eventually moved on and hired a new cook. Months passed. David, consumed by business and personal frustrations, barely thought of Lily, His marriage to Kate was unraveling. They had been married for 8 years with no children. Kate, always away for charity work, showed little interest in starting a family. Their home felt empty, and David, despite his wealth, felt alone. Then one morning, David answered a knock at the door to find Evelyn standing there. Her expression was tense, but her voice was steady. "My daughter, Lily, had your child." David blinked, stunned. Then he laughed bitterly. "What kind of miracle worker is your daughter, madam? I never touched her. How can I father a child I never made?" Evelyn faltered. She knew the truth, but how could she say it? That Lily had used a discarded condom to impregnate herself. Fearing his wrath or worse, Evelyn left in silence. Later, Lily listened intently as her mother recounted the failed confrontation. Her heart pounded. Enough was enough. She would face David herself. Lily knew the time had come. As terrifying as it was, explaining everything directly to David might be the only way to resolve the chaos and secure the support her child needed. Driven by both determination and anxiety, she made her way to David's mansion and requested to speak with him privately. Curious and wary, David agreed and led her into a quiet room. The atmosphere was tense as he waited for Lily to speak. Fighting to stay composed, she began to confess. She revealed the shocking truth. She had taken one of his used condoms and used it to get pregnant. Desperate and without options, she had seen it as her only chance for a better life. "I know it wasn't right," she admitted, "but I didn't know what else to do." David's expression shifted from confusion to disbelief, then hardened into fury. He felt betrayed, trapped in a situation he didn't ask for. "You manipulated me," he said through clenched teeth. "I will never accept that child as mine. You'll be hearing from my lawyers. You could go to jail for this." Lily's heart sank as he stormed out, leaving her alone with nothing but a broken hope. When Kate, David's wife, returned from one of her frequent trips, she immediately sensed something was wrong. David was distant, the air heavy with tension. It didn't take long before whispers reached her, rumors that David had gotten their former cook, Lily, pregnant. Shocked and furious, Kate confronted David. "Is it true?" she demanded. "Did you get Lily pregnant?" David's silence was answer enough. Not one to sit and wait, Kate decided to confront Lily directly. She asked the longtime security guard for Lily's address, and after some hesitation, he gave it to her. Kate went straight to the rundown apartment where Lily lived. When Lily opened the door, she froze. Kate barged in with cold fury in her eyes. "I know what you did," she said. "You tried to trap my husband and destroy my family." Lily stood her ground, claiming she only wanted David to take responsibility for his child. But Kate wasn't interested in sympathy. "That child will never be a part of our family. Stay away or you'll regret it." Then she left, slamming the door behind her. Back at home, Kate's rage was boiling over. She confronted David again. "How could you give her all that money? Are you really that naive?" David tried to explain. "The court made a decision. I just wanted to avoid more conflict." Kate's eyes narrowed. "Don't lie to me. Did something happen between you and Lily when she worked here?" David sighed. "I wanted to do what's right for the child. He's mine now, whether I like it or not." "You sound so sure." "She could be lying and you just fell for it," Kate spat. You've made a mess of everything." Their argument exploded into years of resentment. David blamed Kate for being distant, always away. Kate blamed him for his infidelity. After hours of yelling, they were both left emotionally drained, no resolution in sight. Meanwhile, Lily received an unexpected visit. It was the doctor, the same one who had once performed a procedure for David. He had disturbing news. "I believe I might be the father," he confessed. "I was with you before David's procedure. The timeline fits." Lily's heart pounded in fear. She had kept this secret from everyone. The doctor leaned in closer. "But I can help. I'll alter the DNA results and bribe the judge to rule in your favor. But in return, I want half of any financial support, and you'll continue our relationship on my terms." Lily was horrified but desperate. After a long, tense silence, she agreed, under one condition: no one must ever find out. The day of the court hearing arrived. The judge reviewed the manipulated DNA results and the evidence. The courtroom was silent. Based on the DNA results, the judge declared, David is the father. He is hereby ordered to pay Lily $1 million in child support. David was stunned. The number echoed in his ears, $1 million. He had no choice but to comply. Lily felt a mixture of victory and guilt. Her plan had worked, but at what cost? A week after receiving the money, Lily had moved into a new, luxurious home. But peace was short-lived. The doctor returned, furious that Lily had ignored his calls. "I want my 50%, he demanded. "And you haven't upheld your side of the deal." Lily stood her ground. "We had a deal based on lies. I owe you nothing." The doctor's tone turned threatening. "Then I'll expose everything, the fake results, the bribes." "Go ahead," Lily snapped. "I'll expose you too. You'll go down with me." Cornered, the doctor backed off and left in defeat. Lily, though shaken, finally felt in control. Back at the mansion, Kate exploded once more. "You gave her $1 million without even verifying the truth?" David tried to calm her. "I wanted to do what's right, for the child." "And now you're just calling him your son without proof? Maybe you were involved with Lily all along." David was exhausted. "I didn't want more chaos. I wanted peace." Kate was unconvinced. "Well, now we're stuck in this mess because of your decisions." As she stormed out, David sat alone, facing the wreckage of his marriage. But the storm wasn't over. The doctor, more desperate than ever, returned to Lily's home once again. "Fine," he growled. "If I don't get money, then I want your son." Lily's eyes widened in horror. "You're insane," she said. "You can't take my child." "You'll see what I'm capable of," the doctor hissed. The tension had reached a boiling point, and the fight for control, over money, reputation, and the child, was far from over. "You think this is a joke?" the doctor hissed, his voice low but laced with menace. "I'm dead serious, Lily. If you won't help me, I'll make sure you regret it. One way or another, I'll get what I want." Lily didn't flinch. Her eyes were cold, her voice steady. "Leave. Now, before you make things worse for yourself. I'm not giving you anything, and I will never let you take my child." For a moment, the doctor held her gaze, furious, humiliated, but Lily's unwavering resolve left no room for negotiation. With a sharp turn, he stormed out of the house, muttering threats under his breath as he disappeared into the night. But Lily knew better than to relax. His threats were not idle. The look in his eyes said everything. He would be back, and next time, he might not come alone. She closed the door and leaned against it, trying to calm her racing heart. Relief mixed uneasily with dread. She had won this round, but the war was far from over. In the days that followed, Lily's fear grew. She knew the doctor was dangerous and desperate, an unstable man backed into a corner, and desperate men were capable of terrible things. After a sleepless night, she made a choice, one that could change everything. She bought a gun. Then she set a trap. One evening, she called the doctor. Her voice was calm but urgent. "I have thought about it," she said. "Let's meet, just the two of us, somewhere quiet." The doctor didn't hesitate. Blinded by greed and ego, he agreed to meet her in a remote area, convinced she was finally ready to hand over the money, and possibly more. He arrived just after sunset. The place was silent, isolated. Lily was already there, waiting in the shadows. As he walked toward her, expecting negotiations, Lily stepped forward and pulled out the gun. Before he could react, a shot rang out. The doctor collapsed, blood soaking through his shirt, his eyes wide with pain and disbelief. Lily stood frozen for a moment, then turned and fled into the night. But fate had other plans. The doctor didn't die. Barely clinging to life, he was rushed to the hospital after a passerby found him. Before slipping into unconsciousness, he revealed everything to his wife: the lies, the blackmail, the altered DNA test, and Lily's threats. Fearing for his life, he had told her everything beforehand, just in case something happened. And it did. Panicked and desperate, the doctor's wife went to the one place her husband said could help, David's mansion. David, already haunted by the chaos Lily had brought into his life, listened in stunned silence as the woman recounted the harrowing details. Rage surged through him. This wasn't just about betrayal anymore. It was criminal, dangerous. He called the police immediately. The investigation moved fast. Within days, Lily was tracked down and arrested for attempted murder. The story unraveled quickly from there. With the doctor's confession and a mounting pile of evidence, the full extent of the deception came to light. He too was arrested for his role in manipulating the court and bribing a judge. The corrupt judge didn't escape justice either. He was stripped of his title and placed in custody, his reputation in ruins. 3 months later, life began to settle. The scandal had scorched through everyone's lives, leaving scars that would take time to heal. But from the ashes, something unexpected bloomed. Kate discovered she was pregnant. The news came as a shock, but it brought light into the darkness. For the first time in a long time, she and David found something to hold on to. They began to rebuild, slowly, cautiously. Their trust, once broken, was not easily repaired, but they were willing to try. David had learned a bitter lesson. He had let pride and recklessness lead him into disaster. Now he was fully committed to making things right. With Kate, with their future, and most of all, with himself. And as the days passed, their home, once filled with tension and turmoil, began to feel warm again. The storm had passed, but its memory lingered, a constant reminder of how quickly a life built on secrets can collapse. but also how, with truth and effort, something stronger can rise in its place. In the end, truth broke through the web of lies, justice was served, lives were shattered, and lessons were learned the hard way. But life moved on, as it always does, leaving behind echoes of a truth no one would forget. Dear viewers, what lessons did you take away from this dramatic tale? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the story, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.